And also, I guess for both of you guys, because I know when I was young, right? I remember going to like the parks and they were having like community, like block parties and things like that. How can how can we get back to that? Is that the city's responsibility to kind of maybe fund these kind of programs or like nonprofit organizations like within the city, or is it on the community kind of to do that on their own? And is there a way that we can collaborate with the two?
I throw great parties.
Oh, okay.
It goes down in my
Okay.
district. Now, here's what everybody will say. My councilwoman likes a good party. My
Okay.
councilwoman is gonna have cupcakes, and she gonna have music, and she gonna dance.
Okay.
Don't know what nobody else does, but they will tell you that, and they all mean it. And regardless of their age, their gender, their race, they gonna say, "My councilwoman likes a good party." You only have to come spend some time with me to know that I like a good party.
Okay. Okay.
But so for me, that is exactly what I do. So I host, and this has been such a disturbing year that I have been stuck at home because of COVID. Because next weekend we would be hosting a district-wide movie night, and then it would be a big back to school party the next day. Every quarter I host a big town hall, and so it is literally for me all about collaborations and partnerships and bringing people together. But then I have community, my different neighborhood associations, they host different community events where then they go find partners and they put different things on. In Fort Worth we used to have, and we still do, pre-COVID, we had the big Juneteenth festivals, but most of those things were privately done. The city
Mhm.
was a partner in them in some type of way. But it still happens. But it's a little different now than when we were younger.
Yeah.
There's a different dynamic to it. So
Yeah.
where the police would kind of be on the periphery when we were younger, now the police are kind of in the middle of it because you just kind of never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And I remember in my neighborhood, like it used to be a park where probably like every quarter, every 3 months, it used to be a fair and the whole community would come out. You of course you'll have knuckleheads in there, but it was like you have a strong police presence where it was like a family community thing. But I don't see that any law. I don't, and I haven't. I'm from Los Angeles, so I don't see it in Fort Worth. I don't see it in Fort Worth, and it's to me, not being from Fort Worth, just from the outside looking in, Fort Worth look like it's an all black community, where its minority is African American people, and I don't see no kind of community. I don't see nothing going on, and this is me on the outside looking in. When I look at Dallas and when I look at Fort Worth, it feels like Fort Worth is more of an impoverished city, but it has so much have so much richness in Fort Worth. Like the people in Fort Worth are just genuine. They just good people. But when it comes to a lack of resources or a lack of community where you feel like you are part of something, I feel like a lot of hope is like just being taken out of that city. And I'm just trying to figure out like, okay, how can we as a community rally together to actually do something in the community and make it more lively and more fun for people, kids to come outside, for you to meet your neighbors. Because I know where I live in Arlington. I've been living there 6 months. I have not met not one neighbor. And I'm thinking when I used to come, my family is from Fort Worth. So when I used to come to Fort Worth, it was like when I used to go to my aunt's house, she knew everybody on the whole block.